Hello everyone, welcome back. In our last video, we set up DHCP and joined a Windows PC to our domain. Now, we are going to dive into Active Directory users and groups. We will create organizational units, set up security groups, and create user accounts. Then we will set up a shared folder, sometimes called a shared drive, with proper permissions, so our users can access files securely. Let's get started. Step 1. Create organizational units. To manage our users and groups, we will use Active Directory, users and computers. Go to the Tools menu in Server Manager and select it. First, let's create some organizational units, or OUs. OUs help us organize our users and computers locally. Think of them as folders for your Active Directory objects. Right-click on your domain, homelab.local, and select New, then Organizational Unit. I will create one called IT. This will hold all our IT department users and computers. Click OK. Let's create a couple more. HR for human resource, and management for our managers. Now we have a nice structure to organize our users. Step 2. Create security groups. Now let's create some security groups. Groups make it easy to assign permissions to multiple users at once. Right-click on the IT OU and select New, then Group. I will create a group called IT Read Write. This will give users full access to edit files. Click OK. Let's create another group called IT Read Only. This will give users view only once. Step 3. Create user accounts. Now let's create some user accounts. Right-click on the IT OU and select New, then User. I will create a user called John Smith. Fill in the first name, last name, and the user logon name. I will use J. Smith. Click Next. Now set a password. Since this is a lab, I will check password never expires. In a production environment, you would want users to change their passwords regularly. Let's create a second user called Jane Dale with logon name J. Dale. Step 4. Add users to groups. Now, let's add our users to the appropriate groups. Right-click on John Smith's user account and select Add to a group. Type IT Read Write and click Check Names. It should appear. Click OK. Now add Jane Dale to the IT Read Only group. Right-click on J. Dale, select Add to a group, type IT Read Only, click Check Names, and click OK. Now John has Read Write access and Jane has Read Only access. Step 5. Create a shared folder. Now let's create a shared folder that our users can access. On the server, open File Explorer and navigate to C drive. Create a new folder called Shares. This will hold all our shared folders. Inside that, create another folder called IT Data. This will be our IT department's shared drive. Step 6. Add documents to the shared folder. Now let's add some documents to the shared folder so our users have something to access. Inside the IT Data folder, right-click and select New Text Document. Name it readme.txt. Open it and type some sample text, maybe something like Welcome to the IT department shared drive. Please contact IT support if you need assistance. Save it and close it. Now, let's add another file. You can create it or simply copy some existing files from your desktop folder into IT data. The key point is we want some content in the shared folder, so when users access it, they can see and interact with actual files. Step 7. Set NTFS permissions. Let's set the NTFS permissions. This controls what users can do with files and folders when they access it locally or over the network. Right-click on the IT data folder and select Properties. Go to the Security tab and click Edit to change permissions. Click Add, type IT read-write. Click Check Names and click OK. Now give IT read-write full control. This allows users to create, modify, and delete files. Let's also add the IT read-only group. Give them read and execute permissions so they can view files but cannot modify them. Click Apply to save the changes, then OK. And finally close the Properties window. Step 8. Share the folder. Now, let's share the folder so users on the network can access it. Right-click on the IT data folder and select Properties. Go to the Sharing tab and click Advanced Sharing. Note that we are sharing the IT data folder directly, not the main share folder. This is important because shares is just a container folder. By sharing only the IT data, we can apply specific permissions to just this folder. Click Share this folder. The share name is automatically set to the folder name. Now click Permissions. In the Share Permissions window, first, remove everyone if it's listed. We don't want everyone to have access. Now, click Add. Type IT read-write. This is our read-write group. Click Check Names and click OK. Give them full control. Click Add again and type IT read-only. This is our read-only group. Click Check Names and OK. Give them read permissions. Now, click Apply, then OK to close the Share Permissions window. Back in the Advanced Sharing window, click Apply, then OK. Finally, click Close to close the Properties window. Step 9. Test from the client PC. Now, let's test from our client PC. Switch over to the Windows 11 client. We will log in as John Smith using the password we set. Open File Explorer and type in the address bar //192.168.43.40/IT data. That's the IP of our domain controller and the name of our shared folder. John can access the folder and see all the documents we created. Let's test his permissions. John can open the readme.txt file, and since he has the read-write access, he can also create a new text file. It works perfectly. Full control means he can create, modify, and delete. Now, let's test Jen. I will log out and log in back as homelab/jdale. Jen can see the shared folder, open the readme.txt file, and view the contents. But when she tries to create a new file, it's denied. She can view the files, but she cannot modify them. Let's also test if Jen can delete a file. She right-clicks on the readme.txt file, selects Delete, and she gets an error message. You need permissions to perform this action. You require permissions from the administrator. This is exactly what we want. Read-only access means she can view files, open them, but she cannot delete or modify them. She will need to contact the administrator if she needs to make any changes. And that's it. This is how real Active Directory environments work: organizing users, securing resources with groups and permissions, and providing actual content for users to access. In the next video, we will dive into group policy, we will enforce password policies, map network drives automatically, and restrict control panel access. If the video helped you, please hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.